everyone. Um, this is our second in our series for the business department for today. We're super excited to be here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're recording the session so that other people can view this later. I'm going to introduce myself. My fellow career counselor is going to introduce herself. Our faculty are going to introduce themselves. I'll work through the slide deck, and then if you have questions, you're going to go ahead and post them. Oh, you know what, Jen? I think I have to make you the host so that you can see the questions. Hold on. Make host. Okay. Okay, I just made you the host.
Okay.
And then Jenna will keep track of the questions. And then depending on if you don't have questions, then we're going to have each of the faculty members just give you a little bit of blurb about their department, what they love about teaching, any careers, any ideas that they have. So I'm Vicki Rothman, and I'm a career counseling faculty in the Career Services Center. And as a faculty member, I oversee our Career Center. We're super happy to be here. We're so glad to have you all at SMC, and we're just very sad that we're not in person. So, Jenna?
So my name is Jenna Gaussman. I'm a career counselor in the Career Services Center. And just so you guys know, student services, we are fully open, even though we're remote. So when you can't see us in person, but you can Zoom us, you can do telephone calls with us. And I've been at Santa Monica College for 20 years, and it is the best community college in California, if not the United States. So you have made absolutely the right choice in joining us this fall. And then actually, if each of the professors could introduce yourselves and sort of tell us what what you teach.
Gina, do you want to start?
Okay, sure. Hi, my name is Gina Jerry, and I teach in the CSIS department, Computer Science and Information Systems. But the courses that I teach are often full of business majors. I teach the CIS 4 class, which is an introduction to business applications. We cover the Microsoft Office suite. I also teach Microsoft Outlook, a full semester Microsoft Word class. And gosh, I've been at SMC for more years than I want to name. And I will say that just as the counselor had mentioned, I am very sad that we're not on campus. I miss having that interaction with my students, but we are available via Zoom, and we are definitely here to help all of our students succeed. And I know we're going to be talking a little bit more about the certificates and things that we offer, but just know that we are here and we're ready to help you achieve your goals.
Thank you. Odamaris, will you go next?
Hello, everyone. My name is Odamaris Valdivia, and I teach in the area of the computer applications, and some of the courses that I teach include anything that it has to do with QuickBooks, which is part of business, or accounting. And I also teach the area of the Adobe, anything that has to do with the Adobe, like InDesign, Illustrator, Photoshop. I also teach the Microsoft, some of the Microsoft courses. And of course, we're so happy to have a lot of great choices for our students. We would love for you guys to explore what we have to offer for you. We have a lot of great degrees that you can look under computer application and also through accounting and through business, which we're collectively working together for your success. You know, I will say welcome. And even if we are going through all these challenges, we will make sure that you are taken care of, and that we are here for you, and we're going to support you 100%. So please, the best of the best, you're going to get it in Santa Monica, because we're all here for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Fariba? Unmute yourself. There you go.
Sorry about that. I'm Fariba Bolantemag. I teach in CSIS department. I teach Excel and web design courses. Welcome to the new academic year. We're hoping to see all of you in person, just like what we did for the number of years in the past. during the welcome day. But unfortunately we can't, but we look forward to working with you, seeing you in our classes, and hope you all have a very good semester and academic year. Please reach out to us. Please make sure you ask your questions. We are here to help you as much as we can. And thank you so much for attending this information session. Have a very good semester.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Hi, my name is Eliason Reed, and I teach in Computer Science Information Systems Department. And the courses that I teach specifically are office technology courses that you'll see in the schedule of classes as OFF-Tech. And again, welcome.
Terrific. Okay. So if you can't see students, the running theme here is we really miss seeing you. Like, you have to understand, as professors and faculty that are used to being with students all day, every day, you can imagine that sitting at home has been very difficult for us. And when we're in our department meetings, we're like gleeful to get to see other people. So one of the things I want to tell you up front is if any of your professors are having Zoom live sessions, go to them, show your faces, connect with your faculty. All right, so this is the business career information session.
So Vic, we need to
Yes.
introduce Brenda. Brenda hasn't been introduced.
Oh, Brenda, I missed you. I'm so sorry. Brenda.
That's okay.
It's because she was in our last session. So
I know.
Sorry about
See my
that.
face around. Hi, everybody. No, I'm teaching in CSIS, and I also teach in business department. I'm teaching a lot of the social media, and now we're getting into more of a digital marketing program as well. And then the customer relationship management. So the CRM and that customer service element that the business department chair, Sal Diaz, is developing. I'm getting more involved with that as well. So welcome, good luck today. And as we all have been saying, good luck with the semester, but definitely reach out. Definitely use those Zoom sessions. Can't stress that enough, and keep communicating with all of us, because we are so happy to have you here this semester, even if we are remote. We really enjoy having our students around.
yeah. So I'm going to jump on that before Vicky. Yeah, so and definitely try to, when you're in classes this fall, I said this in the last session, please, like, if figure out a way to get on camera, because we really, really love seeing your faces. So that's a tip that I'm learning as a professor, and I'm sure all the professors on this would agree, that if it is a Zoom session or something like that, don't just do your name or, you know, your profile pic. All right, Vic, let's go.
All right, and away we go. All right. So the spotlights that we're going to be today for this next little bit is on business worker and data entry and legal worker. So for each program, I'm going to review program degrees and certificates, typical career paths, education that the people in these careers have, some typical salaries, and good classes to take to get an idea of the program resources and highlights, and department contact information. What I want to say is, for anyone who is getting, who is choosing any kind of major, who needs help planning for a certificate, for an associate in arts degree, to help transfer, as long as it's for credit, you're going to always loop into the SMC Counseling Center, and that's going to be your way of reaching out to academic counselors. My understanding this year is that you go into a QLIS line, and then they tell you what the callback time is going to be, and then you meet one-on-one with an academic counselor, and it's all via phone. You can go on to the web to see what they're doing, but I'm pretty sure counseling's only doing QLIS, so if you haven't downloaded QLIS yet, you're going to want to do that. However, in the Career Services Center, because we're much more sort of holistic, we're looking at you in your life and in what you might want to do, and what can a major get you, and where would you go, and how to do the research. We actually do all of our appointments either by Zoom or by phone, but I really want to encourage you to make Zoom appointments with us. Again, the more personal connection, the better. And so we've listed our website and our phone number, and my administrative assistant does answer the phone live and will make appointments with you. Okay, first we're going to talk about being a business worker. I feel like I'm re-recording these like when I did it originally. All right, the degrees and certificates, as you can see, are, you can get an Associate of Science degree to become a business information worker. You can do a certificate of achievement to become a business information worker. We have an Associate of Science degree and a certificate of achievement in computer business applications. So many colleges do offer a major that would be sort of similar in this field or a little bit adjacent. And what an academic counselor would do is sort of help you see, based on what your interest is, what kind of degree would best serve you. One of the best ways to see sort of what a major looks like if you want to transfer is to go to the actual school where you might be interested in transferring and start looking at the classes that you would take to see if that is what you're interested in. Okay. And again, to explore transferring and to start talking about academic plans, it's the same screen as I showed you before. Okay. Onward. These are some potential careers and the kind of education you need and the median wage. Remember to always look for California-based income because we get paid more in California and people in New York get paid more than the rest of the nation. So if you wanted to be an office clerk, bookkeeping, accounting, and auditing, you could do it probably with a high school degree, though, and also maybe a receptionist or an information clerk. However, we really want you to do any kind of certificate or associate in arts degree because the more education you have, the more you bring to the table, the better your income's going to be. It's the same with becoming a customer service assistant. However, if you want to go into anything in human resources, the minimum would probably be a bachelor's degree. Many people come to college for different reasons. Some people see college as a means to an end, meaning I don't think I can get a job unless I have a bachelor's degree. Some people love to be in college and they would go from bachelor's degree to bachelor's degree. So we all use college for a different purpose, and you need to figure out, you know, what is it about you and what kind of a learner are you? I can tell you for me, I saw college as a means to an end, but I loved my master's degree and jumped in wholeheartedly. Okay. In November, and we will be doing that this November, the Career Services Center sponsors a Cool Career Speakers Bureau, basically, where we ask faculty to be hosts, and then we assign to the different people in my department that area, and we work with the faculty to invite speakers, and then sometime within the first 2 weeks of November, the faculty will host it. We'll be doing this on Zoom, and as it gets closer, on the Career Services Center website, we'll have the information that you need about who's coming and which faculty is going to be hosting that. So for more information about that, just keep your eye on the Career Services Center. So the Business Information Worker, which is under Computer Science and Information Systems, our department, this is the website. But again, if you go into our brand new, pretty interesting website, which we're all getting used to, you can see it by looking at academic departments. And again, there's the information about the Career Center. So let me tell you a little bit. Academic counseling is about what do I need to take to get where I want to be. Career is more about how do I figure out my major and how do I figure out a career path and what do I need to get there. So do you see the difference? I want to make sure you guys know. If you call us and by accident, we'll refer you back and vice versa. So now let's take a quick look at data entry and a legal worker. So we have different degrees and certificates again, an associate's in science degree for general office, but also a certificate. We have both a certificate and associates for legal administrative assistant. And then we have a certificate of achievement in legal office clerk and a departmental certificate in clerical data entry. And let me tell you, in my honest opinion, it is someone who is an administrative assistant or an office worker that makes every office and every business run. So never discount the importance of this career. Like if it was not for my administrative assistant, who I call sort of our general office manager, we would not run as well as we run. Again, you're going to go look at academic counseling and talk to someone to help you prepare your classes to make sure you're on the right road. And then these again are some of the typical careers and some of the median wages that they make. And when I talk about median, you guys, what I want to explain is there's usually an entry-level wage, and median would be after you've gotten some experience. And then the maximum wage would be sort of if you've been in your field for a certain number of years, what would that maximum income be that you could make? So this is kind of looking at the middle of the road. Again, it could be a little bit higher depending upon the industry. So as you can see that everything on here, the typical education is at least high school, but oftentimes more. And you can see we have data entry keyers, counter rental clerks, file clerks, receptionists, administrative assistants, and legal secretaries. So I hope that gives you a little bit of sense of what you can do with this and kinds of careers. And again, the office technology, which is under computer science and information systems, has their website, as do we. And then these are some different additional videos about the programs and careers in business. So we already did one session at 11, and then after this session, everyone's on break for lunch, and then we're gonna come back and do our entrepreneurship, global trade, and logistics, and we're gonna do our accounting. We have 3 this afternoon, right? And we're gonna do our, I think our marketing and insurances this afternoon.
And we're doing fashion merchandising.
And fashion merchandising, thank you. So that's it. I'm gonna stop sharing. And if anyone has any specific questions, which I'm not seeing right now, besides our lovely tech support asking if things are going okay. Yes, Matt, things are going well, but he's gone now. So we have, looks like just a couple of students, Abel, Jai, and Jerome. Which Jerome, I want you to say, this keeps flipping me out to see your name because Jerome White was my great-grandfather's name. So when I keep seeing that, because you were in our last session, I was like, wow, what a small world. Students, we want to first open it up to you to see if you have any specific questions. And otherwise, we'll let the faculty explain a little bit more, which might trigger some questions. So students, we're going to let you go first. And because it's such a small, intimate session, feel free to unmute yourself and just ask questions.
They're thinking about it.
We have to let them know that they can click on the lower area.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can unmute themselves.
Yeah, so you can click on the lower left-hand side where you see the little red microphone.
Yeah.
So, while they're thinking of questions, I'll make a little pitch for Counseling 12. So, the Career Services Center, besides having one-on-one appointments to help you kind of identify the career path and some of these areas like finding internships or finding those entry-level jobs, or really advising and counseling you on enhancing your skill set through these through this program, through our CIS program. So you can also take a class called Counseling 12 Career Planning. We offer it every semester. And it basically, you go through a very formal career counseling process, because in this area, and I think the professors would agree with me, you also kind of like a really important part of it is figuring out what industry you want to go into with some of these careers. Like in the legal aspect, there's a ton of different lawyers out there. There's corporate law, there's real estate law, there's there's a civil law, there's just there's defense, there's criminal justice law. I mean, anyways, it's just there's a lot of variety, and that's how the career counselors can assist you. But Career Planning Counseling 12, offered every semester, gives you a lot of direction in maybe how you want to utilize these careers. All right, do we have any? We don't have any questions, you guys. So let's go. I say we go through the professors and kind of say, what would be your tips, or like what would you recommend to the students in regards to the area that you're an expert in? Who would like to go first? You guys just jump in.
Yep, jump away.
Okay, I will start. I will say the number one thing, even as a college student, that I was a college student, I went to community colleges, have a very good relationship with your instructors. Because you never know. And also sometimes because some of us come from the industry, we can tell you a little bit how we can get from point A to point B. And also, sometimes I have students that come and ask me questions from other classes. And sometimes I end up helping them because, you know, if I had the background, I can help them maybe explain something. So having a very good relationship with instructors is very good. And also it can help you to do letter of recommendation. I do a lot of letter of recommendation for students to transfer to university or even for scholarship, because we have a lot of scholarships. So always, always, always have a very good relationship with your teachers. That will be my tip.
All right, I'm just going to go down. Vicki, Brenda, you want to go? I'm looking at my screen, so I'm just going to.
Yeah. I'm going to mention, I just mentioned this in the last session, but I can't stress it enough, guys, is as students, we are so glad you are here with us this semester, but you have picked a fabulous group to take classes with, because both the CSIS and business areas were the first departments to really go forward with online education. And so you've got some of the best classes available on campus that have just developed nicely for many years. And almost every course can be taken online. So you've got people who have terrific experience with that. And along those lines, don't hesitate to communicate with those faculty members, even though it is an online environment, because we're really good at getting back to folks. We're comfortable with this online situation. And so sending emails is so critical if you're not comfortable with Zoom sessions, but definitely jump in when they offer those office hours in Zoom. I know last spring, my office hours in Zoom were a ghost town, and I was so sad because I could really help people out that I know were struggling. So I definitely can't encourage enough for folks to jump into those Zoom hours and participate, because you know we really don't know how long this is going to be our situation, but we definitely want to be able to take care of you when we are here for you and we are available for you. So, and the other thing that I mentioned in my last session that I can't stress enough is those certificates of achievement. So as you try to sort through what you want to do or where your career is going and you're getting career counseling, if you can pool courses together, just 3 or 4 or 5 classes that do lead to some kind of certificate of achievement or a department certificate, it's a great way to have a leg up to try to get an internship or to try and get in with a company. Even though you might end up transferring to CSUN and getting a marketing degree, you might have this small certificate that could be your first step in when you're networking and trying to find, you know, your first job opening. So can't stress enough that those certificates really do help out as well. And there are a lot of certificates. If you look in the CSIS group, we have a ton that really help identify skills that could help you out. And then as well in the business area, I know they have a bunch of certificates of achievement that could direct you. Anyway, so welcome to a fall semester.
Fariba, you want to go next?
Sure, I'll be next. So first of all, I want to emphasize on checking the certificates. Like all my colleagues mentioned it, all of the above, and I stress on checking the list of our certificates that the department and our department and in general departments offer, because in the past and continuously we've seen that you have taken all the courses for the certificate, but you're missing 1 or 2. And just by taking that course, which it is this semester, next semester, or just planning on taking it, you should be able to get your department certificate / certificate of achievement / degree. So just keep in mind that checking the certificate listing for the coursework is very, very important. And we noticed that some of you take 1 or 2 classes, but then after taking the second or first class, you become interested in the area that you're not sure whether it fits in the certificate that we offer, or how can you take related courses. So please reach out to us, reach out to our counselors, make sure you ask your questions, make sure you insist on getting the answers. so that you know exactly where to go, what to do, what courses to take, and at the same time, looking the Career Center for different internships. We have seen it over and over that, especially in one of our certificates, we do have the independent study that is with faculty, but slash there are internships that you can also look into and bring it along with part of the independent study, part internship, part working with faculty, part working with the industry, with the counselors. So open up yourself to be to think about working with all the resources that are available to you. Look at it this way: while you're in the college, it's the best place that you can communicate and get to know different groups, different people that use different resources, and more or less interact with them without having any concern. When you get into the work environment, then you need to look carefully who you're talking to and finding exact resources. So take advantage of the environment, try to make friends, try to communicate, and best of all, try to reach out to faculty, counselors, and also your classmates. In a class, Zoom sessions, Brenda mentioned it, that Zoom sessions, real chat sessions that we have, they're ghost towns. You don't show up. Just show up and see who's there, who can answer your question. Just ask your questions. And remember, I always say and believe knowledge is power. The more you know, the better you'll be able to make the decisions for yourself, for the future, for around yourself, and be able to improve. So ask your questions. I always say my motto is, the answer is no. Great, no problem, but your question is being asked. So good luck to all of you. Have a great semester, and we look forward to having you in our classes. Thank you.
Thanks, Fariba. Gina, you want to go next?
Hi. Okay. So much has been said, so I really don't have a lot to add. I was going to talk about internships because I just know how critical those are as well. I'll just, like, even in my own life, I've had friends that thought that they wanted to have a particular career. Went all the way, for example, a friend of mine went all the way through law school, and first 6 months being a lawyer, decided it wasn't for him. Decided he now wanted to become a chef. And he had never, not once in all that time, not one internship to know, maybe he was interested in law, but to actually, what do you do on a day-to-day basis? So I would definitely highly recommend, I was talking to, before this session started, I have 2 kids that are in high school, and my son has already done 1 internship, and he's in the 10th grade. And it's just to kind of get an idea, because you may not know what you really want to do. You might have some ideas. It's not like you're signing your life away. It could be 1 semester. And something that can lead on. The other little thing I wanted to say about internships, many of them will lead to a full-time job once you graduate. So one other little story I have for you, my sister-in-law was in nursing school, and while she was in nursing school, she interned at a hospital. You hear a lot about nurses are in such high demand. Not brand new nurses out of nursing school are not. They want experienced nurses. So in her entire class of graduates, the hospital that she interned for took 2 people, and she of course was one because they already knew her. She had a relationship with them. So I definitely recommend, Vicki would probably be a great person for you to connect with, and or she can point you in the right direction on something like that. But it's never, if you're already at SNC, like I said, I have high schoolers that are already starting to do this. Start to build that resume and to make those connections. So I see that as critical as the classes you take. The only other little thing that I want to add is that I know that for some of you, you might have had this idea of you're going to college, you're going to be walking into that classroom, and you kind of had an idea of how your learning would take place. Now, because of COVID, everything's online and it's completely different. And a lot of students really aren't geared for online learning, and a lot of teachers really aren't geared. Like Brenda said, in our area, we've been doing this for many years, and a lot of your instructors are going to feel real comfortable in an online environment. So one of the things that you really need to look at to do is to try to work ahead. If an instructor says the due date is Friday, but they give you that assignment on a Monday, tackle it on Monday. Because if you find that you have, a technical problem, SMC has resources. We can tell you where to get Wi-Fi. We can help you get a Chromebook. I mean, there's just so much, but it's really difficult when that Friday comes and the due date's there to resolve all of these issues. You're working on Monday for assignment that's due Friday, and you just don't understand it. Then you have time to reach out to your instructor and they can get back to you. You've heard a lot of faculty saying they've posted these office hours and a lot of students aren't showing up. I think part of that is because, maybe the office hour was on Wednesday and you waited till Thursday or that Friday to do the assignment. And now it's kind of too late. The assignment's due in an hour. So if I can give you the biggest advice at all is to plan ahead, work ahead, and once again, check out those internships.
Really excellent advice. And the Career Services Center is where you would come to talk about internships, how to get one, how to find one, and how to get academic credit. Yeah. Alayson. Oh, sorry.
Yes, on the everything that we're doing for the computer courses, I want to emphasize that we also train students to pass the industry certification. So, because that looks very good on your resume, so we want you to get a job. So I just wanted to emphasize that if you get a QuickBooks class, we prepare you for that. If you get a Excel class, we prepare you to pass those certifications. So that's basically what I wanted to tell you.
I was going to say, everyone keeps mentioning resumes at the Career Services Center. I put it in the chat. We do that for you. We can help you put together a resume, cover letter, and your LinkedIn. So I know that can be intimidating as well. One last thing I want to say before we go to Dr. Reed, if it's okay, Vic, is even if you don't have a question for one of your professors, jump into their office hour and just say, hey, Professor Jerry, I'm taking your class. I just want to introduce myself. I'm new to SMC. Right now, I am living, I don't know, in San Francisco, but I'm really excited about this program. So, even if you don't have a question, introducing yourself, that can be your lead into to the professors as well. All right, go ahead, Dr. Reed, right, Vic?
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yes, one of the things that I wanted to say, and it goes right along with what we're talking about, are resumes. I teach the legal aspects courses that support that certificate. And I want to say that there's nothing better than graduating from SMC with your associates, along with having several certificates from the program. That is a great resume builder. Also, too, we're in a point in time in society where a lot of employers are willing to entertain or look at the certificates that a student is coming in with, or that a professional is coming in with, because it shows that you have real-time or up-to-date practical knowledge and perhaps even experience within the field that they're looking for right now to hire. Also, too, I want to share that we just recently ran a couple of our courses in legal aspects, or the legal services certificate program. And I was really pleased to see that we had students who had just been accepted at UCLA and a couple of the other California-based universities in the program. Even though they had already, like I said, been accepted into law school, they were coming in to take the SMC courses as just sort of like a precursor to what to expect. And it was interesting because they were saying that the courses were paralleling with their first year courses, but that we were going more in depth at SMC because we were teaching the terminology. And so I thought that was really wonderful. And then another thing that was beautiful about the certificate, or having these students in the courses, were that indeed they used the certificate, or their intentions were to use the certificate to make opportunities for themselves to meet people that are already doing the things that they want to do professionally. So anyway, any questions that you have, I cannot begin to express how important it is to reach out and to the resources that SMC makes abundantly available to its students, and know that we're here to help you and to support you and guide you. And I know that I can speak on behalf of my colleagues when I say that we really are committed to your success. It is our passion. So thank you.
All right, so how do any of you students, and Claver, it was fine that you showed your picture. I was actually excited to see you.
I was too.
I'm like, oh, everyone's showing themselves. Do any of you have any questions based on the things that we have all said? Okay, then if, oh,
So
sorry.
I actually have a quick question for Dr. Reed.
Okay.
As a career counselor, I get this question quite a bit in my office. Can you explain on this Zoom call, and because we are recording it for future students to look at, we do not offer a paralegal program, correct?
No, we don't, not to my knowledge.
Yeah, so can you explain the difference of our legal assistant program versus a paralegal? I think there's some confusion in the marketplace around that for students.
Oh, well, I'll try to explain it from the position where we're offering it, what we're offering here at SMC. You will definitely be able to work and support a paralegal. However, the paralegal program, and I don't know if I'm at liberty to tell you which schools offer it, but you could definitely do that research yourself and find
Yes,
out.
Definitely tell them what schools offer it.
Okay, well, UCLA, to my knowledge, UCLA has a super fantastic paralegal program that it offers through its extension division. So take a look at that. That is the only one that I professionally endorse.
Okay.
And I'm a Trojan, by the way, but I say that they do fine work. And but anyway, with our program, you will most definitely be able to come in and support a paralegal. I will say that from my professional experience, and you can quote me on this, I don't mind, it is the paralegal who will do most of the legal work on behalf of that lawyer. And most lawyers really need to invest in a paralegal program, because the paralegal program is what's going to teach you the law and how to manipulate, or shouldn't use the word manipulate, how to navigate the courts. The program that we offer at SMC, which would help you to support a paralegal, will put you in the environment where you will know how to do all the things that a paralegal will know too. The class, or the certificate that we offer in the legal aspects piece, we are putting you in a position, just as was mentioned earlier, there are so many types of law that are available, and they are still coming through, because right now there's a big deal with information and the whole idea of securing information that is worldwide, and then copyright, I guess, is where I'm going with this, copyright law. So especially along the lines of intellectual property. Yep. So there are so many things out there that you can dive into if you so desire. Our program will put you in the position where you can interview with hiring managers that are attorneys that are looking for your specific interests, as well as the fact that you come with a certificate out of SMC. I have received numerous telephone calls from professional or legal offices that only want to hire SMC graduates. And so, I mean, that right there tells you what people think of SMC. We're highly regarded in the community. We're highly regarded internationally. Everybody knows about Santa Monica College, and we have a fantastic reputation. This is the place you want to be academically. And if you're looking for a professional career, these are the majors or the certificates, especially, that you should be looking into, especially in this time where there's so much financial uncertainty. This is a career that is not going anywhere. So I don't know if I let you know that we don't offer paralegal courses here, but we definitely put you in the realm where you will make a living in supporting paralegals, making a living supporting attorneys. And as life is moving forward, this certificate will only help you, because even if you come in with any other specialty or skill set, everybody wants someone with a legal background on their staff.
Yep. Yeah. No, that was perfect, Dr. Reed. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
It really is like that foundation to go up and possibly into the paralegal realm. So it's a
Yes.
a fantastic program. You know, but there is a lot of confusion, I know, with my students around paralegal versus legal assistant and stuff. So then you answered that perfectly. All right.
Okay, thank you.
I'll turn it back over to you. Or yes.
This is on the business department. They have an area already, and they also have courses, what Dr. Reed mentioned, on copyrights and a full property, intellectual property. Yes, they have that.
Intellectual property, yeah.
Yes, intellectual, yes. So they do have offer that. So in case the students are interested, that's where we have to send them to business department.
Thank you so much. All right, Abel, Jai, and Jerome, this is your last chance to get in a question. And then otherwise, we're all going to end and go eat our lunch and hopefully see you guys in an hour. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you so much for attending and sitting through this. We hope you got some good information. And the professors look forward to seeing you in their classes. And Jen and I look forward to seeing you in the Career Services Center.
Yeah. And 1 o'clock, our 1 o'clock session for the business department will be entrepreneurship, or 2 p.m. will be entrepreneurship and global and trade logistics. So pop in. And I also thank you, professors. It's just great to see you guys, and miss you a lot. But we know
Vicki for putting this together.
We know it's a Friday, so thank you so very much, and welcome to all of our SMC students. So have a great Friday, everyone. All right.
Bye.
Good luck next week.
Hugs and kisses, everyone. Bye.
Bye.